All right, guys, what I want to talk to you today about is troubleshooting thermostats. If you hadn't already yet, please give us a subscribe, a like, leave us a comment. If you got something you'd like to see or something we can do a little better, just let us know. Anyway, just dive into this. What we've got here is just a single stage, one heat, one cool thermostat. There's different varieties out there. If you're installing one, make sure you got the right one for your system. If you've got a gas furnace or an electric, it's typically going to be the same. If you got a heat pump, that's going to be a different thermostat. So just make sure you got the right thermostat, especially if you're changing it out. And one thing I like to do if especially when I was newer to the trade, take you a picture if you don't know what that wiring is, because some technicians use different colors. So the easiest thing you can do is take you a picture. Just pull your phone out, take you a picture, because most of your letters here on the back is going to be the same across all of them. It's kind of hard to see that. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of show you how to wire it up. W is going to be for your call for your heat. That's typically a white wire. This one also has the wires for your, even though it's a single stage, it's still got the wiring for your O and B, which would be your reversing valve on a heat pump. Typically O, most people use orange. B, typically most people use blue, but like I say, depends kind of on what you had, the technician had for wiring. Sometimes you don't have an orange or a blue and you've got to use something else. So just make sure you note that, especially if you're changing one out. The C here, that's a common, typically I would use a brown wire. That's, and again, some technicians use different stuff. So just make sure you're using the right wire. If you don't have to have this common wire, but if you do, you don't have to have your batteries on this thermostat. So I always, if I've got an option to land that common wire, I like to land that common wire. The Y here is your call for your cool. So I usually use yellow on this. And the green here is your call for your fan. Now when you have a call for cool, you get a call for G and you get a call for Y typically. Some of the newer thermostats, they run a wire separately for when you get the call for Y, you get a call for your blower as well. Some of your older ones use the Y and the G gives you the call for your cool. When you get a call for your heat, which is your W, that has usually a different set of points on your sequencer that turns your power on your fan. I might have one right here. Let me just see. So usually what would happen if you get that call for W, especially on your electric, this is on your electric heat. So there's a pan heater in here, and this will warm up, and you've got a rod in here that'll push up and give you power across this, your sequencer, to your fan motor. Okay, and this is your R here. That's where you land your 24 volt power supply. So this one has a jumper, and if you take that jumper out, and you hook to the wrong one, or if you hook to the RC and heat, this one probably wouldn't work. So you definitely want to use that jumper. So a little bit more about the way a thermostat works. When you've got your 24-volt power supply here, in your thermostat, you can see those pins right there. So what that'll do is those plug into here onto the sides. So when you get a call for cool, it'll have a relay in there and give you current from R to Y, give you 24 volts power supply from R to Y. And so if you get a call for W, which would be heat, you'd get a call from R to W. Same with your reverser valve. Your reverser valve kind of depends on what you've got. Rheem and Rudd usually use the B, while other brands use O. And what that is that's the direction of your valve. Some of them shift in the heat mode, some of them shift in the cool mode, and that's the difference between your O and your B. But that's kind of all we can do with the thermostat. I'll tell you a little bit about troubleshooting one as well. You can turn on your heat here. If you had batteries in this, you can put batteries in this. And what I like to do is, if I'm thinking it's my thermostat, I'll turn my system into heat. And normally you'll get a click on this thermostat. And you can look back here on the back, and you've got a W right there, and you've got your R pins right there, which you're going to go with between your RH. That'd be your top pin there. I don't know if you can see it right there, but RH and W on these pins. You can take your multimeter, turn that to ohms. This little horseshoe is kind of hard to see right there. You turn that to ohms right there. And you'll take your two leads and go from W to RH. And you should have, instead of the OL, you should have a 0. Or something close right there. And same way with Y, same way with anything on this thermostat. And that'll tell you whether you should be passing your 24 volts right there. Tells you whether your relay's shut. That's about it. That's about all it for thermostat troubleshooting. If you hadn't already, please subscribe to the video or to our channel, and thanks for watching.